What's going on? Tripp Kramer here from trippadvice.com. I know you probably think you know the answer to this question. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I think we should dive deeper into this topic. Are women only looking for tall, handsome, and rich men? Well, the short answer to this question is 100% yes, they are. But hang on, don't go anywhere yet. We need to discuss this, and we need to discuss especially how this affects you. So you got to think about it this way. When you say tall, handsome, rich kind of guy, what we're talking about is the ultimate 10 to a woman, right? The ultimate 10. It's almost like me saying to you, would you want to date or sleep with or be with a Victoria's Secret supermodel who's also down to earth, who also loves the same music as you, who gets along with your friends, who's never crazy or jealous? You'd say yes, right? Are you going to find a Victoria's Secret supermodel who is all those things? Probably not, first of all. And if you do, you're not going to end up getting them. I won't end up getting them. Most people are not with those kinds of women. Because what we're talking about here is the very top tier of women. But of course, you want those women, right? But will you still date another woman who is not a Victoria's Secret model, who is, I don't know, not some of the other things that I mentioned, right? Like maybe there's a give and take with some of those things. Of course you will. You will date those other women. So it's kind of the same idea here, where I know a lot of guys on the internet, and I'm sure all the comments down below are going to say the same things that they always say, right? It's like, yes, and that's all you have to be, and there's no other chance of you getting any quality women. First, to even kind of go into this simply, think about your friends, or think about the people that you know. They are dating women who are not at the caliber that I described earlier. How about some of your girlfriends or girls you know? Are they dating only tall, handsome, rich men? Are those the only guys that they're going for? No. Of course, ultimately, would they want that? Yeah, most women would want that, just like you would want that Victoria's Secret model. But the idea here that I'm trying to get to you is you don't have to be tall, handsome, and rich to still attract a quality woman. Okay, maybe you're not going to get the 0.001% top tier, but you're still going to get an amazing woman. You're still going to have a dating life that you're actually going to enjoy. So even if you're not tall, even if you're not the particularly, typical handsome guy, or you don't have a lot of money, this is still very much possible for you. There's a lot of men out there who are not tall, who are not handsome, who are not rich, who are still meeting women. So how is this happening? Well, at the very least, one of the biggest things that has the biggest effect on attraction with women is your personality. Okay, there are plenty of guys, by the way, who are tall, handsome, and rich, and they are guys who still don't have any game or do not know how to talk to a woman, who are not confident or charismatic. In fact, I know this for a fact because I work with some of those guys. I coach some of those guys. Why aren't they getting women? What's the deal? They're tall, handsome, and rich. I don't understand. Well, it's because your behavior goes a longer way, because your behavior and your personality are harder to fake. That is such a bigger effect. So here's what I'm telling you today on this video. Here's what you need to do, and I've said this on other videos too. And by the way, if you feel you need help with this, like I just mentioned coaching, you can get coaching with me. It is available one-on-one. I also have a group mastermind program. Check down below in the comments to apply today at coachedbytripp.com. Anyway, so we're talking about how do you become the most attractive version of yourself, because that's what you need to focus on. If you want to go MGTOW and you want to be like, oh no, women are only going for the top tier of men and you're screwed, that's fine. You can go that way, and then you're not going to have a dating life, and you don't have to focus on this. Or you can take the method that I've been preaching that works over and over again, and other people are talking about this too. It's the idea of optimizing what you have in your looks. So we optimize our looks, and then we're always really hardcore focusing on your behavior, being able to trigger attraction by the way you make a girl feel when you are in the presence of her, when she's experiencing your personality. So again, we're talking about optimizing your looks, looking the best that you can, because that's all you can do, right? It's like, If you're however height that you are or whatever you look like, there's only so much you can do, but there are things you can do to make yourself look more attractive, right? There's your fashion and style. There's grooming, going to a good stylist, getting a good haircut that matches the shape of your face, and grooming your hair and your beard and all those things. So we do this simply. I'll give you a few tips right now. Make sure you're wearing clothes that fit. Make sure if you are balding that you're keeping your hair very tight and close to your head. Make sure that you're wearing really good cologne. One that I recommend is Creed Aventus, very good cologne. Most women do like it, and you're gonna like it too, right? So doing a few of those things, making yourself look good. You can go on Pinterest and look at style and fashion and pick out a few things there. And then you did the most that you can do. You're continuously optimizing. Hopefully you're going to the gym. You're making sure that you're cutting down on your weight, or making sure that you're trying to bulk up like I'm always trying to do, right? So making sure that you're working on that constantly. You're always constantly optimizing. And now we go to your personality. We work on the TED formula that I always talk about here on the channel. Tension, entertainment, and dominance. The way that you're gonna give her piercing eye contact when you're talking to her. Showing that you're comfortable in front of her. Showing that she doesn't intimidate you. So even if you're a 5'5" guy and you wanna go over to a tall, beautiful girl, going over and showing her that you're not intimidated and showing that you're a fun, interesting, cool guy, that could be enough to get her attracted to you, even if you're not your typical tall, handsome, rich guy. I should also mention, when we talk about wealth, I understand that it takes a long time to build wealth. So if you're 21 right now and you're broke and you're a college student, it makes sense. You're young. So was I. But over time, you will build wealth. So if you put in the best principles to make sure that you're making more money, maybe you're starting a side hustle, maybe you're even starting a business. I do believe in the optimization factor of trying to look your best and work on some of those outer qualities. It is good to try to be as wealthy as you can and try to always get raises and promotions at work, because the more money you have, the more opportunities you have in life, because money can get you the things that you need. I don't mean like buying things and going into some sort of shopping addiction. Obviously that doesn't work, but money does buy happiness because it gets you access to higher quality things like foods and doctors and better gyms, or maybe trainers, or a dating coach like myself, right? Like that does help to keep on working on that. That's more of a long-term play, along with some of the optimization of your looks, like going to the gym and things like that. But you can go out and you can be practicing talking to women, getting comfortable in front of them, and making sure that you understand the TED formula. Again, tension, entertainment, dominance. I talked about tension a little bit before. I know I'm talking about 100 miles per minute right now, but I want to just fit this all in. Entertainment, making sure that you're enjoying yourself, entertaining yourself, because due to the law of state transfer, she's going to have a good time if you're having a good time. And dominance, leading the way, not being a nice guy, not being a pushover, showing that you have your opinions, asking her on a date, leading the interactions to physicality and sex, all those things. I gave you a lot there. I know it sounds like, whoa, Tripp, that's a lot to work on. This is pretty intense. Yeah, I get it. It's not going to happen overnight, but what I just gave you is this little formula that you can work on to be your most attractive self, and understand that you don't have to be the tall, handsome, rich guy to still be able to attract more women into your life. It is possible. I see it every day. I work with clients on this. Like I said, if you want to work with me, go to coachedbytripp.com, link down below. Work on this. If you're still here right now, and I really hope you are, click that like button, because I know this is helping you. I know that I'm trying to get you to think outside the box and think in a different way in terms of how attraction works. I hope this helped. I'll see you in the next video. If you need to watch this again, do it.